Welcome to Pay What You Can Business Webinars by yours truly, Paul Lima. Today's webinar, How to Develop Your Business Vision. This webinar is ideal for freelance writers, editors, trainers, website designers, and other sole proprietors. Recommended payment, this one is free. If you are so inclined, you can contribute a modest amount to my retirement fund, Pay What You Can. However, there is no obligation to contribute any money. You can read about this and other webinars and how to pay what you can at paullima.com/PWYC. But again, there is no obligation to contribute any amount. The workshop includes the PowerPoint. If you are unable to download the PowerPoint, email paullima.com@gmail.com with the subject line PPT BUS Vision. That's PowerPoint Business Vision. You will receive a PDF that can be opened on almost any computing device. It will be a PDF of today's PowerPoint. A little bit about me to begin. I've been a professional writer for over 35 years. Since 1990, I've worked as a freelance business writer and writing trainer. My business has evolved over the years, as has my business vision. I have written and self-published 20 books, and you can read more about me and my books at paullima.com, paullima.com. So today's webinar, about the webinar, it's very easy. The focus is on developing your business vision. That's the sole focus of today's webinar. Are you ready to change? If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Nothing changes in your business until you make changes in the way you do business. So if you've never done a business vision before, this is a change, and it will help you in your marketing plan. It will help get you focused. So if you're looking to make some changes in your business, I suggest very strongly you start by producing a business vision. Whether you are selling services or a tangible product, before you start to market and promote your business, you need a business vision. Now, the emphasis today will be on selling services, but if you're selling a tangible product, I think you will get a lot out of today's webinar. And again, before you start to market and promote your business, sell your product, you need a business vision. So what is this thing called the business vision? Your business vision is your target. It's the business life you want to live. And it's written down. So it's not something intangible in your head. You have it written down on a computer file or on paper in front of you. Your business vision leads to the development of a focused marketing plan based on your vision of who you want to be, what you want to do or sell, who you want to do it for or sell it to. So with that in mind, let's look at your current reality. Where are you now? It's a good place to start before you produce your business vision. Answer the following questions to produce your current reality. We're going to look at who, what, where, when, and why. Who are you now? If you can pause the PowerPoint, do so and jot your answers to these questions down. What do you currently do? Who do you do it for? Where do you do it? When do you do it? Why do you do it? Again, if you can pause the PowerPoint, do so, answer these questions. If not, you've got some homework to do when you get to the end of the PowerPoint. Finally, how did you get here? So what led to your current reality? Who do you want to be? Now we're going to move on from our current reality to creating our business vision. Before you decide who you want to be, before you start to promote any business, you need a business vision. So to create a business vision, I want you to answer the following questions And again, if you can pause the PowerPoint to answer them, great. If not, you've got some homework to do at the end of the webinar. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who do you want to be? Jot that down. Who do you want to be? We will look, don't worry if you feel unfocused. We're going to look at how to get yourself focused. But this is just your gut reaction to these questions. What do you want to do? Jot down your answer to that question. Who do you want to do it for? Where do you want to work? When do you want to work? And why do you want to do this work? Jot down the answers to these questions. How will you land the work you want? I don't expect you to answer that right now. I'll have a little bit more to say on that as we move forward. So jot down the answers to these questions. This is the start of developing your business vision. Focus before you sell, market your services. Marketing focus is why you need to find who you want to be and what you want to do. We're talking about the types of services you can or want to offer clients. Who you want to do it for. Corporate sectors you want to target. And we will do more on each of these W questions or points. Why do you target corporate sectors? If you try to be everything to everybody, you'll end up doing nothing for nobody. I find to run a successful business, you need focus. Where do you want to work? To some of you, it may seem obvious. We'll look at it though. Many freelancers work from home other than attending meetings. Trainers go to client sites unless they only offer webinars. See, what do you want to do? Hey, I want to train. I want to train in person. I want to train sitting in front of my computer offering webinars. So you really want focus before you start to market your services. When do you want to work? In other words, if you want July off, don't extensively market your services in May. That could lead to work in June and July. So think about it. And why do you want to do this work? Well, it has no impact on your marketing. It is something worth thinking about, why you want to do what you say you want to do. I know I had to think about it, and that helped get me in the frame of mind where I could develop my business vision and then my marketing plan and then implement things, because I really wanted to make my own freelance business a success. So who do you want to be? If you say staff writer, that's not a business, that's a job. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to be a staff writer, but you've got to keep that in mind. It's not really a business, it's a job. Leads to a different approach. Freelance writer. Well, do you want to be a freelance journalist, a freelance corporate writer, a contract writer, somebody who was hired by a company or organization for 2 or 3 months, completes the job, and then is let go? Periodicals, corporations, large and medium, small business, government agencies, not-for-profits, they all hire people on contracts. So again, think about who you want to be. Do you want to be an author with your own byline? Or do you want to be a ghostwriter? See the difference? Answering this question helps us get focused. Now, I've used writer as an example. I'm going to talk a little bit about editor, but no matter the business you want to offer, I want you to define who you want to be as best you can. No matter who you want to be, what you need to do is narrow your focus. Because if you don't narrow your focus, the range will be too broad. Your marketing plan will not be effective. You'll end up being nothing to nobody. For instance, if you want to be an editor, do you want to edit magazines, books, corporate documents? You got to think about that. And if you're not sure what your options are, do some online research. The point is, you need to get focused. And it's okay if you have multiple who you want to be points initially. I want to be a freelance journalist, but I also want to write a book. That's fine, as long as you understand who you want to be and why you want to be that person. The other thing, if you find yourself unfocused, think things through. Focus often comes with thought. It comes with experience and education. So think about what you've done, what your education is. Think about focus. Moving on to the next point, what do you want to sell? You want to validate the services you can offer based on previous volunteer or non-paid experience, previous paid experience, your education, your extracurricular activities, your hobbies, interests, and passions. All of that or some of that will help you determine the services you want to offer. What do you want to sell? What I'd like you to do is list the services you can offer or those you want to offer, and list your validation points. See, the validation becomes useful when you're marketing the services you want to sell. If you start to market yourself and you haven't thought about the services you want to offer, what are you marketing? And if you start to market yourself and you haven't validated the services you want to sell, how can you sell them? You may need some education or training before you can validate and market some of the services you want to offer. That's fine. I'm not saying you need to start this tomorrow, but the business vision helps you determine what you need to do in order to succeed. Who do you want to sell to? Now we want to validate the sectors you can target based on your work experience, education, interest, previous clients. You know what you want to sell, but who are you going to sell it to? If you try to sell something to everybody, you'll end up selling nothing to nobody. I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but I know it's true. Now let me give you an example. Who do you want to sell to? List 3 to 5 sectors and subsectors you can target and your validation. I'm just giving you one. Let's say you say, I want to sell writing services to the healthcare market, the healthcare sector. So the Ministry of Health is a subsector, hospitals, medical practitioners, medical supply companies, pharmaceutical companies, drugstores, fitness companies. And that's just off the top of my head. Trust me, I am not trying to sell anything to healthcare. Why? Based on my education, based on my previous work experience, based on my hobbies and interests and passions, I know nothing about the healthcare market. What I do know, though, is that I needed to come up with a number of sectors and subsectors to help me focus my marketing plan. Where do you want to work? Do you want to work from home, a home office? Very cool. I've done that for 35 years. Your office, but out of your home? I've never done that, but I know some people who do that, and they really need to get away from the home in order to focus on their work. Corporate office, a good friend of mine, freelance writer, takes contract gigs. She goes to work in corporate offices. Coffee shop. There are some writers who take their laptop to the coffee shop and that's where they work. Are you flexible in terms of where you want to work? The person I was talking about who works in corporate offices has worked from home on some smaller jobs. I have gone into offices on occasion, not really my thing, and done some work for them. So only you can decide where you want to work. As a trainer, I've conducted personal training and webinars. Now, when I conduct personal training, I go into the offices of companies to do the training. When I do the webinars, I sit in front of my computer and talk as I'm doing now. And in fact, for a decade or more, I conducted personal training and taught continuing education courses for the University of Toronto and George Brown College. I really enjoyed doing it. Got me out of the house every once in a while. So it was something I think I needed. Now, due to circumstances beyond my control, today I only offer fee-based and pay-what-you-can webinars. I can no longer go out and do the training. But I had a good run doing it, paid good money too. Where do you want to work? That's the question only you can answer. So think about your location priority. When do you want to work? Do you want to work anytime? That's cool if you do. Weekdays, evenings, weekends. Some people don't want to work evenings. They don't want to work weekends. They only want to work weekdays. Only you can decide when you want to work. Winter, spring, summer, or fall? Not certain weeks or months of the year. You go away on a 2-week summer vacation every year. You take the month of July off. You shut down over Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. Most companies shut down too, so often it can be difficult to work, but then you may get a client who wants something that they need to do something with first thing in January. You end up working over the Christmas holidays. Not a problem if you don't mind doing that. If you don't take specific time off for vacation and holidays. Or if you don't mind doing that, knowing you will take some other time off in early January. Finally, why do you want to do this work? I find it useful to answer this why question. Are you good at it? It's a good reason for doing something. I'm good at it. I can do it. Does it give you joy? I enjoy writing. Now, I know some journalists who are only happy if they're doing investigative pieces. Good on them. I happen to enjoy writing, sitting, moving my fingers across the keyboard, making words come on the page. So I am able to do journalism and corporate writing because writing in itself gives me joy. Does it enable you to earn an income? Or will it enable you to earn an income? The first 3-4 points are good reasons for doing something. Are you desperate? I can't do anything else. I'm desperate. Sometimes that's not a great reason for doing something. Look for things you're good at that give you joy and will enable you to make money. Is this the only thing you can think of doing? Think it through. What can you do? Think of all the things you can do and determine why you want to do the work you say you want to do. So with all that in mind, again, if you're able to pause the PowerPoint, I hope you were able to answer the various questions. Now let's take a look at a sample business vision. Who do you want to be? Freelance periodical writer, occasional corporate freelance writer. That's me. That's me about 15, 20 years ago. What do you want to do? As a periodical writer, write business of technology articles and articles of interest to small business. Who do you want to do it for? Toronto Star, Globe and Mail, and high-end trade publications, corporate clients in sectors such as IT, information technology, financial service, education, and retail. This is a streamlined version of my business vision. But I hope you can see, once I define who I want to be and what I want to do, I can then start marketing my services to particular publications and to clients in sectors that I've defined. Without this, I am unfocused. I'm saying, how can I make money writing? How can I make money writing? With this, I'm saying, who do I have to go after to sell these particular services to? Where do you want to be when you do it? Write from home, attend meetings, travel to selected interviews. Now, as I said, my business vision developed and I became a trainer. So where do you want to be when I'm training? I didn't mind going out to client sites. When do you want to do it? Business hours. Not opposed to working some evenings and weekends, but basically Monday to Friday. When I'm busy, sure, I'll work the evening or weekend. I didn't want to make a habit of it. Why do you want to do it? I have writing experience and enjoy writing, as I've told you. I understand what others want to say and can write it for them. I seem to be able to translate what some people speak into the written word. I want to earn a living as a freelancer. I had 15 years in the corporate environment, and before I decided to go freelance, I wanted greater flexibility in terms of the hours I worked. But I don't mind working hard to meet tight deadlines. I also work well without supervision and am an independent person. Factors that enabled me to move into freelance. So that's a sample of my business vision. What do you now know? So what you now know is who you want to be. You've defined that. The services you can or want to offer your clients, and you have validation for this information, or you know you need to get validation through training, through other experience. But that's good to have in front of you. The sectors and subsectors you can target, and validation for this information. Again, and I hate to sound like a broken record, if you want to be anything for anybody, you end up being nothing for nobody. Focus is key. And you know where and when and why you want to do this work. So with that information, you can put together a business vision. How will you land the work you want? Now notice we haven't talked about that. Sales and marketing is not part of your business vision, but you need the business vision before you can determine what you're going to do to sell, market, and promote your products or services. To sell the right services to the right people, you need to manage your time and convert your business vision into a marketing plan, which is the subject of a 45-minute Pay What You Can webinar that may be of interest. How to find corporate work as a freelance writer, editor, trainer, website designer, or other sole proprietor. If you go to paulima.com/PWYC, you can read about that webinar. But before you take that webinar or before you start to put together your marketing plan, put together your business vision. If I can use the F word one more time, it will help get you focused. So with that in mind, are you ready to market the right services to the right companies, organizations, in the right sectors for the right reasons? Take a deep breath and go for it, or learn how to go for it. But without your business vision, I suspect you will be floundering when it comes to marketing yourself and the services that you offer. Business vision is your foundation. It gets you focused. It enables you to market your products and services to the right companies and organizations in the right sectors for the right reasons. So that's the Business Vision webinar. I offer Pay What You Can webinars, the How to Find Corporate Work, as I've mentioned, how to become an effective and efficient email writer, how to write effectively and efficiently about any topic. One of my favorites shows you how to eliminate the blank page and get to where it's all over but the writing, no matter your topic or type of document. It's only a 30-minute webinar. How to write a nonfiction book in 60 days. It's based on my best-selling book, How to Write a Nonfiction Book in 60 Days. Anyway, if you want more information on other webinars, go to paulima.com/paywhatyoucan, PWYC. And if you want more book information, go to paulima.com/books. And I'm not going to tell you about all the books that I have written. You can read about them on paulima.com/books. But I've written a lot of books, had fun doing it, And what I like about book writing, although it's a lot of work to write a book, well, 60 days worth of work, and then editing it, proofreading, I like waking up in the morning and see that I've made money in my sleep. So anyway, if you receive value from today's webinar, there's no need to pay a workshop fee. You are free to pay what you can, but again, no need, no obligation. Go to paulima.com/PWYC. You can read about other webinars. You can read how to pay what you can, but there is no obligation to pay a darn cent for this webinar. And as I mentioned, the workshop includes the PowerPoint. If you can't download the PowerPoint, email paulima.com@gmail.com. Use the subject line PPT BUS Vision, and you'll receive a free PDF of the PowerPoint that can be opened on almost any computing device. So that was how to develop your business vision. Hope if you're a freelance writer, editor, trainer, website designer, or other sole proprietor, you found the webinar of interest. Thank you for taking it, and have a good day. Bye now.